Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, Tropical Storm Raphael starts moving away from Jamaica. The center of Tropical Storm Raphael has started to move away from the western coast of Jamaica. However, a tropical storm warning remains in effect for the island. At 7 a.m., the center of Tropical Storm Raphael was located near latitude 17.4 degrees north, longitude 78.4 degrees west. This is about 130 kilometers or 80 miles south-southwest of Montego Bay and 180 kilometers or 110 miles south of Negril Point, Jamaica. Raphael continues to move toward the northwest near 20 kilometers per hour or 13 miles per hour, and the generally northwestward motion is anticipated over the next few days. On the forecast track, the storm is expected to begin moving away from Jamaica this morning, be near the Cayman Islands tonight, or be near or over western Cuba on Wednesday. Maximum sustained winds remain near 95 kilometers per hour or 60 miles per hour with higher gusts. Steady to rapid intensification is forecast over the next 24 to 38 hours, making Raphael a hurricane near the Cayman Islands, with a further strengthening before it makes a landfall in Cuba. Tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 165 kilometers or 105 miles from the center. Rainfall amounts of over 75 millimeters or 3 inches are being reported across Jamaica, primarily in sections of southern parishes, resulting in a few flooding events. Based on the current forecast track, these are expected to increase during the morning. Expect appearance of heavy rainfalls measuring 75 to 150 millimeters or 3 to 6 inches to continue to spread across Jamaica today, producing flash flooding in flood-prone areas island-wide. Higher amounts are likely in higher elevations, and the landslides should also be anticipated in vulnerable sections of the island. Strong gusty winds are also expected to continue, mainly in thunderstorms and the squalls as Raphael gradually moves away. Small craft operators are reminded to remain in safe harbor until all warning messages have been lifted and the wind and the sea conditions have returned to normal. Full service for Montego Bay Metro despite the Tropical Storm Raphael. Despite the inclement weather associated with the Tropical Storm Raphael, the management of the state-owned transportation company Montego Bay Metro said that the entity is fully operational. According to the company's general manager, Dr. Sean G. Brown, service has not been disrupted and all routes remain operational. We want the public to know that we are operating across all our routes, she told the news on Tuesday morning. She was, however, quick to point out that they are monitoring the system to determine if a change will become necessary. We are monitoring the bulletins and we are monitoring the weather to make a determination of the continuation of the operations, she said, outlining that drivers and other staff were being urged to proceed with caution as they go about providing the transportation service. A check showed that not a lot of passengers were on board a bus destined for Falmouth, with one man sharing that he was returning home after his job closed off early because of the weather. Tropical Storm Raphael continues to be a threat to the island, with St. James experiencing heavy rainfall over the last few hours. No electricity and limited supplies at the Clarendon shelter. As the Tropical Storm Raphael passes over the country, the manager for the Rocky Point Community Center, which is being used as a shelter in Clarendon, is appealing for support to help displaced residents. The news understands that the facility is currently flooded and there are limited cleaning supplies to properly cater to the 7 residents, including a child who went to the location for safety. A lot of water is inside of the shelter. The door is still open for those persons who wanted to come, but we are trying our best to see how we can sop up the water that's inside and to keep the place dry as much as possible, Althea Brown, the center's manager, said. We don't have any disinfectant, but whatever we have, we're trying to keep the place clean in case. Brown said that some of the residents who were affected by Hurricane Beryl in July have returned to the shelter for refuge. Remember, some of them would have left, only 4 had remained. But some of those who were here returned based on water coming into their houses, she noted. Shanique Brown, who sought a shelter at the facility due to flooding, told the news that where I'm at is flat, so I have to come back by the shelter. The facility manager also shared that her team is limited in the care they can provide due to the absence of electricity and cooking gas. If we did have gas, we'd cook up a storm and boil a little breakfast. We send go get coal way down the road to look about something to eat. We don't have no gas here generally. We don't have no light, but we have some little lantern that we got from before. So we just go and use them. We are watch to see what really take place, she detailed. Seaview residents bemoan recurring gully debris issue. Residents of Seaview Gardens in St. Andrew are expressing concern over what they have described as a recurring issue of debris from the nearby gully washing onto Chesterfield Drive whenever there is heavy rainfall. As the news traversed the slightly flooded roadway Tuesday morning, debris could be seen scattered across the street. However, residents said that this is a regular occurrence whenever there is rainfall, given the infrequent cleaning of the gully.
The gully has been in spate for a couple of weeks now, and with the storm pending, I was hoping that they would have cleared it, because that's what caused the roadway to be full of potholes. Going through the gully, it's going on the road. It's going over it.
And usually during
This happens
always like this.
This time around there was no preparation. Alright?
Yeah, the reason why they block all the while because the road they build it don't build if it take all these debris, because the road was before this could take the debris them, but then change the plan, then take them this band that road and put in Calvert in the middle. But what was there was a straight through road. They go, when everything come, they go straight through. And when the chairman build it, the chairman and say them can't build it like this way, because when things coming down, you have fridge, mattress, every equipment coming down through the bridge. So they put this like a small Calvert, them it's not gonna work. So they try if they do what them see first, but rainfall in the night and wash everything. So then about slap it back. Then get some Calvert and put in the middle. And when they put the Calvert in the middle, every time rainfall is like this, because when the mattress come, or in the stick come and come across it, it's black. And when the black it come in the road and mash up the road. See the road mash up there? And I know 1 time or 2 times, every time a big rainfall, and if rain don't fall for a good time, the things in the gully for a long while. So for instance, the rain don't fall for 3 months. When the rain fall, I know I say, boy, I have a problem now, because everything when I go, when I wash down, I go wash down now. So, which I don't see more debris now, because the rain don't fall for more days, so if I debris don't wash away. But when the rain don't fall for 3-4 months, and it fall, when you look here, someone, place black with debut.
Several roads island-wide rendered impossible as a tropical storm Raphael lashes the country. As heavy rains continue to lash the island from tropical storm Raphael, the National Works Agency is reporting that a number of roads have been blocked due to flooding and landslides. According to the NWA, the Tinson Pen drain at the bridge in the proximity of Marcus Garvey Drive in St. Andrew is now impassable, as the area has been blocked by garbage. In St. Catherine, a landslide has resulted in the Guys Hill on the Tavern Hill to Vanity Fair Main Road being completely blocked. Citizens are urged not to venture into the area at this time. The ford after passing Old Troja at the main road in Troja in the parish is also impassable due to flooding. Meanwhile, the Spanish Town to Bogwalk via Bogwalk Gorge has been closed, and the persons are being warned to not travel into the area. Also, several roads in Manchester have been severely flooded, and the motorists and the pedestrians alike have been urged to exercise caution while traveling. In the meantime, a tropical storm warning which has been in effect for the island over the past 48 hours, is expected to be discontinued at noon as the weather system continues to move further away from the island. In its latest bulletin, the Meteorological Service of Jamaica said rainy conditions are expected to continue across the island throughout the day. However, Tropical Storm Raphael is expected to be making its way towards the Cayman Islands. As more rainfall is expected, however, a flash flood watch has been put in place for Jamaica until 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Strong gusts are still expected to affect the island as a result of the storm's outer bands. Fisherfolk are therefore being reminded to stay in harbor until all warning messages have been lifted and the wind and the sea conditions return to normal. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.